Hold on, butter. Cino is back. Yes, Cino is back. I got my house back. We back rolling. Mom's back at home. She made it home safely, even though there was problems with the plane, all kind of stuff. They had to switch planes. Mom's back home safe. It's all that matters. Now, where were we? There's been a lot of different things that has transpired over the years. I kid you not. This has been a goofy world that we've been living in. But a lot of the things that are done in the dark are now being brought to the light. And I'm happy for those reasons. See, those are the reasons we live for, is to expose the lies that they've been telling for all these years and hiding the truth from y'all. Now, y'all know we don't agree with everything Captain Jack says, but just like I tell everybody in the world, you don't have anybody in the world you agree with every single damn thing they say. That's just life. Right. We've all made that decision to get to a certain point in life where we understood what the situations were. We understood the scenarios. We understood the risks. We understood what we were doing and took those chances and went out on our own shield. Nowadays, they want to submerge everything you say. They want to say, oh, he ain't with status quo, so we got to silence him. It's a lot of BS that goes along in the business. And what's done behind the scenes to silence all the other people that are out here, that's the thing that everybody else is fighting. Oh, absolutely. Because everything's gonna go up. Everything's gonna get elevated to a high pitch. Like right now, they're submerging people from watching this video. What's up, Rob? Don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button for those who aren't subscribed to the page. Now, let's get to what we're talking about. Didn't I? I already told you what they were getting ready to do, shake things up. So Doc Rivers is going to be on there with her. They still got Mark Jackson. I don't know what's going on, K Kent, but I'll definitely let them know. Thanks for letting me know so I can let them know that that's what they've been doing. They don't seem to believe it, but I'm glad somebody else is saying that's what they're doing. Now, as you can see, they froze everything, like views, people coming into the chat, everything is like stopped. It just locked in on a number and said, we're going to stay here. Why would they be doing that? Now here comes the trickle effect, because they want to minimize what I'm saying, because ESPN and all these other people, they have different people like guard dogs, watch dogs, or whatever you want to call them, at the gates. Most of these people they hire or pay YouTube for promotion. So if you're going against that promotion and you haven't put the money down, this is why they attack certain people pages. Right. They don't like facts. And the fact is, now you have those people that used to work there speaking out. I used to tell y'all all the time, ESPN ain't what you think it is. And I said, man, this ain't what y'all really think it is. ESPN is not that. I tried to tell them countless times. I said, look, ESPN is not the platform you think it is. It's all smoke and mirrors. Everybody think like, man, we got to get our show to ESPN. For what? They're not interested in you. They said, oh, we turned ESPN down. They didn't have the money for us. Why would ESPN turn you down? ESPN turned you down because they didn't feel they needed you. But that wasn't the case. ESPN tried to buy a lot of these podcast shows now. I told you the podcast shows is where they are. They let Dan Le Batard go. They let all the other big name people go because they have large contracts that they're like, look, we'll just buy them out and let them go, because what the viewership they're seeing from these shows, it don't measure up to what they can get from all these other shows that they got that's coming in. It's common sense. They see people get more audience retention on podcast shows. So everybody's got one. It's about 1 million podcast shows. Okay? It's only 24 hours in a day. Everybody can't watch everything when it airs. They can just go back and watch it. ESPN want to get those most popular guys that the people can't live without watching their show and drag them over. YouTube has taken over, not just YouTube, but the internet, period. It's YouTube, it's everybody. They have taken over this media conglomerate. They have come through and said, okay, the internet is what we want to listen to. They'd rather listen to us than watch ESPN. Truth been told, for years, I have been besting ESPN correspondents, analysts, beating them to information, everything. I've been doing that for years, and I was even making more than some of the people at ESPN. A lot of the people at ESPN. I was making more than them. Steven Jackson just pointed out how they weren't being paid. Let me tell you what they were getting. They were getting $5,000 an appearance. I kid you not. To come on the show, they were paying people $5,000 basically a segment. Like, oh, you're a special guest, $5,000 appearance. $5,000. Hit the like button, good people. Not 50,000. $5,000. Can you imagine that you are NBA basketball player and for an appearance on their show, they're only going to pay you $5,000? Do you think if Magic Johnson came on that show and did it, he's going to charge $5,000? Hell to the no. Listen, nobody in the game is going to let you get away with anything like that. $5,000? That's insane. Why would I let you get to take advantage of me for $5,000? The budget is greater than that. And you mean to tell me you can't find $5,000 in the budget? Then you don't want me on your show. That's all that says. You don't want me on your show. They don't want to pay us. That's the main thing they gonna say. They don't want to pay us. Who is us? Because they paying McAfee. I already told you they finna pay Malika Andrews. And everybody already knows she ain't worth it. She ain't worth the paper she printed on. Now you gotta ask yourself, why?
Let's talk about this because you do have your own show. You have all the smoke. You have your own platform. We just saw what happened at ESPN, you know, with all of the layoffs. And were you super surprised when that happened, or was that something that people in the industry knew was coming?
Hey, if you've been in the podcast space, if you've seen the stuff we've been doing, Gilbert Arenas, Knuckleheads, all these basketball players and stuff like that, you knew this was coming because we all worked at ESPN. Me and Matt, when Rachel Nichols first started the show, The Jump, with me and Tracy McGrady, that show went through the roof, and they didn't want to pay us. So as they wasn't paying the players and people that was making the shows, everybody started declining the deals. So they started giving jobs to people who just wanted to be on TV. Well, now everybody's in the podcast space. This show is more entertaining than anything on ESPN. This show. There's so many shows from our culture that are more entertaining than what they're talking about. Perfect example. When Stephen A. gets off his show, he goes straight to his podcast.
Right.
To say things that he couldn't say on ESPN. Right? Because this is what's hot right now. So they're fine people because nobody's watching. Especially not when basketball season's not going on.
Right.
Nobody's watching. So this is what it is. This is what everybody wants to see and hear. The real.
You see?
One thing about me and Matt, the reason why we succeed, we don't hate on nobody. Right. It's enough space for all of us to get this money. That's
a lie. Now, see, Jack, we don't hate on nobody. There's a lot of stuff. Now, no. Y'all do hate. Y'all hate. And y'all try blocking people. If they want to debate, we can debate. But my thing is, what do they want to debate? If they want to debate what LeBron is the best, I mean, what is it? What's the debate about? The state of the game. What do they want to debate me on? Now, Steven Jackson brought up a point. When they had the jump, they didn't want to pay him. So when he was hired on, Steven Jackson was getting less than $100,000 on ESPN. Then the show got hot and they tried to re-up the show. They didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to pay them what they was worth. ESPN didn't care about them. They glad that they boosted the show up. They want to use this to build the show up, then replace you with other people who are less known, less talented, and just use the name of the show that you built and sell that. Meanwhile, they think the people are stupid enough to just keep watching it because that's what they're used to. But in reality, it don't go that way. Now, here's the problem. Rachel Nichols came and got Jack because Jack used to always give her an interview. Her very first interview she's ever done was with Kwame Brown. Kwame already told you about that. This is back when she was bigger, before she lost all the weight and all that. Started getting on the treadmill and trying to glamorize herself because she wanted to be on the big screen. She wasn't wearing the fancy dresses then. Nobody wanted to talk to Rachel Nichols. Steven Jackson would give her the time of day. So when she got promoted and moved all the way up the ladder and started doing the jump, she went back and grabbed Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, all the people that gave her the interviews. So she kept it real with those who kept it real with her. But see, here's the thing. Nobody cared about interviewing Steven Jackson back then. Back when he played at San Antonio, Steven Jackson was just another role player. He wasn't the star player or anything like that. The jump used to have the jump on everything because they were out there. So it was doing well, but then it started to do what it always do. Revolve hosts, revolve different guests, bring on people that never was on the show, and they made it another damn like mini countdown. It was the same show as NBA Countdown. It was no difference in the shows no more. Now, if there's no difference in the shows, you basically got the same show all over again. So now that problem is always on your head. Now, Steven Jackson says something that's very clear. Even though it's not about the money, if I'm sitting on my couch and I'm making more than about 50 to 60% of the people that work there, what's wrong with that dynamic? If I can sit on my couch and make more than what they getting paid, and they got to go in the studio, they got to get the script, they got to put the microphone on, they got to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning, they got to do all this stuff, get their hair done, the nails done, whatever, the makeup crew, they got to look at the teleprompters and camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, and I can turn on my cell phone and make more money than they can. And they had a big multi-million-dollar studio budget, everything. How am I making more money than them? Something's wrong with that dynamic. They should be getting a lot more, right? I said this 2 years ago. Y'all said I was hating on Jack, and I'm all cap. Now Jack came out and told you right here they weren't paying them. They were being underpaid the whole time they were there. But 2 years ago, when I told y'all, what did y'all say to me? Oh, you just capping for Kwame. You just hating on Jack. I'm like, Jack, no. Bruh, y'all acting like y'all were the big cheese because you on this news show. But you was on ESPN and Fox and all them. You wasn't getting money like that. They were paying y'all $5,000 for an appearance. He didn't blow up and get money until, unfortunately, George Floyd. George Floyd happened, and that's when he went to the stratosphere. Once George Floyd happened, that's when it went to the stratosphere. He's Georgie's half brother, whatever. So that went right to the stratosphere. They got the same nose. That figure 8 nose. So when Georgie passed, the way he did, it was national media attention. And Jack was the face. Jack was holding his daughter. Jack was on everything. So all this stuff happened for Jack because of that. This led to him and LeBron falling out. Because LeBron came in and tried to ride the wave. And about time Jack saw LeBron was being phony, it was already a done deal. Right. All these liberals came with this sponsorship deal, Black Lives Matter deal. So all this money came along during that period in time. Then they ended up kicking Jack out of their own movement that they're supposed to be about Jack and them. I'm like, Jack know him. That's like his family. When Jack tried to say, man, we don't know those other people, man. Y'all running over there grabbing them. Jack was asking questions. Too many questions and saying stuff. So they had to get Jack out of a movement that basically involves him. That's his family. But LeBron and them going, I'm like, how LeBron going to kick Jack out of something that's about Jack family? That was bizarre to me. But it goes along with who LeBron is. But Jack had to learn that firsthand. So now everything's about, talking about LeBron. Now he can talk. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, we know what LeBron did. Bro, when somebody say something right, you give them, you commend them. But see, here's the thing. We said this about Jack 2 years ago. Right? Didn't we say ESPN wasn't paying them? Hell, Showtime wasn't paying him. Showtime right now wasn't finna bring back all the smoke. They just got a deal. They was about to take the show someplace else. The Showtime actually came in because Showtime got new owners now. Steven Espinoza ain't running Showtime no more. Like Showtime Sports. They got a whole nother guy in there running it now. They got new bosses. So they weren't talking about bringing back All the Smoke. That just got, like, they just came to agreement on a deal. All the Smoke should be on Showtime, but it isn't. You got to watch it on YouTube. That's the only way. It's on Showtime Sports on YouTube. They not even on Showtime. Yeah. See, Jack is one of those people who want to expose something when he mad. When he get mad or he feel like something going wrong or they did him wrong, that's when he want to get mad and start exposing them. But as long as he cool with him, he cool with it. You see what I'm saying? He cool with all the other stuff and everybody getting screwed over as long as he took cool. Once he gets screwed over, once they go against him or wronged him in any kind of way, now if something happened to him, they stubbed their toe. See, I knew all along. You can't do. You see how they did me? That's, what I'm saying? That's why he stubbed his toe. He walk around there, now he's stubbing his toe. He ain't stubbed his toe when I was there. It's all him. Listen to him talk about the San Antonio Spurs. They lost because they didn't have him when Ray Allen hit the shot. He got traded. Jack, here's the situation. You were out of there because of the way you behaved. Period. That is it. They brought you back to the team after you left the first time. They brought you back and was like, all right, let's get Steven Jackson back now. Let's get this run with Captain Jack. And it wasn't to be. It just wasn't to be. His attitude was too much. Mouth was too much. Jack was a little bit more defiant, and he had to go. And they brought in a kid named Kawhi Leonard. You heard of him, Steven Jackson? And Kawhi Leonard was every bit the player you wasn't. I'm sorry. Jack, you had game, and you could play this game. Nobody could ever doubt your skills as a basketball player to play the game. You could play, Jack. But you were not that, you weren't the guy. Come on. Let's just stop. Nobody ever said Steven Jackson turned this team around. Ever. Matt, that's my only problem, though, is this. Him and Matt Barnes talked as if they were the difference makers. I swear to God. You would have think him, Matt Barnes, and Baron Davis won an NBA championship or something. They won a first round of a playoff like we beat the 8th seed. It's a lot of people that beat the 8th seed now, but you didn't do a damn thing. They keep talking about we changed the culture in Golden State. So the Golden State Warriors, none of them players was on the damn team when they won the championship, but they brought the culture around. You see what I'm saying? Now they want to take credit for Steph and Clay and all them winning championships. See, that's what I have a problem with. That's what I have a problem with. Do you see Tim Hardaway trying to say, yeah, you know, when we was run TMC, we kind of brought the fans in there to go see the games, so we kind of take credit for that championship. You know, like, are you nuts? Chris Mullin is a damn CEO. He got a damn office job over there with the Golden State Warriors. Do you think he even taking credit for it? Well, here's the thing. The NBA didn't care if Jeff Van Gundy left because Jeff Van Gundy will talk about the league. He will say whatever he wants and go off script. He done it plenty of times. But people respected that because finally they was hearing something real on television. But when you're broadcasting this on an ABC game nationwide, they don't want nationwide people to hear a lot of the things that Jeff Van Gundy was saying, so the NBA didn't protect him. See, the NBA is going to have a say. You're not just going to up and fire one of their guys at ESPN. They're going to say, no, keep him, keep him, keep him. So you mean to tell me Kendrick Perkins still has a job? And everybody else had to go? It's contracts. If Kendrick Perkins had a huge contract at ESPN, a massive contract, he would have been gone too. This dude can't even say Moses Moody on a damn show, and he was the one, his job was safe. Me the mother, me the mother, 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 moody, 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 mother, moody, mother, give me the mother, moody, 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 mother, 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 moody, mother, 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 moody. The sponsors did not want him gone. No, it had nothing to do with the sponsors. He wasn't bashing the sponsors. So the sponsors isn't the people that wanted him out of there. If LeBron James, who was one of the people that wanted him gone, his media outlet, the NBA, everybody in the office, and he said a lot of things about the whole organization of the NBA. Adam Silver wanted him gone. A lot of people wanted him gone. But he had a contract. Exactly. You're not going to be able to talk about referees and the rules and the new rules of the commissioners. You're supposed to be commending the new rules. You're supposed to be getting behind everything. Jeff Gundy was the guy who wasn't going along with the program. He wasn't with a lot of this stuff. But like Jack always said, you know, it's always those people who wait. They can't see nothing wrong unless it happened to them. That's Jack. Something got to happen to Jack, then Jack could start talking about it. That's how Captain Jack roll. It's got to happen to Jack. Once it happens to Jack, now it's a travesty. Now it's a problem.
Tracy Grady, that's showing through the roof, and they don't want to pay us. So that, and me and Matt, when Rachel Nichols first started the show, The Jump, with me and Tracy Grady, that's showing through the roof, and they don't want to pay us. So as they wasn't paying the players and people that was making the shows, everybody started declining the deals. So they started giving jobs to people who just wanted to be on TV. But now everybody's in the podcast space. This show is more entertaining than anything on ESPN. This show. There's so many shows from our country that are more entertaining than what they're talking about. Perfect example. When Stephen A. gets off his show, he goes straight to his podcast.
Right.
To say things that he couldn't say on his phone.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is what's hot right now. So they're firing people because nobody's watching. Especially not when basketball season's not going on.
Right.
Nobody's watching. So this is what it is. This is what everybody wants to see and hear. For real. So one thing about me and Matt, the reason why we succeed, we don't hate on nobody.
Right.
It's enough space for all of us to get this money. And I'm happy my brother's in this space. So two legends in the sports world, I love it because it's entertainment. It's something new. Like when me and Matt did All Smoke, we was the first professional athletes with championships, with the experience that didn't mind smoke for everybody to see, right? So we did something that was different. It's enough space for all of us to get this money. And like when me and Matt did All Smoke, we was the first professional athletes with championships, with the experience that didn't mind smoke for everybody to see, right?
So that was his claim to fame, is that we were the first guys to smoke on TV. We were the first guys to light up and smoke on TV. That was the claim to fame. We were the first guys to light up and smoke on TV. Two guys with championships. I'll be like, first of all, Matt Barnes got a championship just being on the damn team. Matt Barnes was not a reason they won the championship that year. Jack, you did play well. I won't say, but would the Spurs have won a championship without you, Jack? Yeah, they would have. You might not agree, but I think they would have. Jack was much more of a contributor to the championship than Matt was. Matt was along for the ride. Jack ain't a dummy. That's just Jack. Sometimes you got to realize people that's just them. And that's just who he is. You know, he's somebody that smokes and think that's a very good thing. It's a lot of people that smoke. And, you know, so you have different, it's not like it's a known thing that everybody do something and they have to go through. A lot of people need to smoke to keep them from harming people, like Mike Tyson. Why do you think Mike Tyson is calm? Because he allowed to smoke weed now. So he ain't fighting no more. He lost a whole fight. Like they took a whole fight. He knocked the guy out in like the first round. They took the whole win away from him because he had marijuana in his system. As if the marijuana is the reason that Mike Tyson knocked his head off. That gave him a boost of strength. So they took a win away from Mike Tyson. Called it a no contest against Lou Alvarez because he had marijuana in his system. Of course, he was high. You knew he was high when he did the post-fight interview. Lennox Lewis, I'm coming. You're no Alexander. I'm an Alexander. I want your heart. I want your children. All praise be to Allah. And he walked off, man. Mike Tyson was out of his mind high. He was higher than the giraffe's ass when he did that. I mean, when he started that interview off, he didn't know Muhammad Ida, I don't know, man. He was confused. He was half Muslim, half Mike Tyson that day. He was totally all over the reservoir. I know he's making money off of OG Kush, but Mike Tyson don't own his name anymore. So as long as Mike Tyson is alive, Mike Tyson is going to be well. Once Mike Tyson leaves, his children won't have any of that access. A white man owns his name. You see, that's the problem that we have in society right now. Oh yeah, that's on the Patreon, Big C. We're gonna tell you the real. You know, we spit the real over here. This is what you ain't gonna hear on ESPN. ESPN ain't gonna tell you nothing like that. Mike Tyson sold his name. You didn't know that? Yeah, we're gonna go on the Patreon and talk about all of this. It's a whole big thing going on over there. Now on the Patreon, we got something that's heavy hitting. We got all the stuff when I did the Gilly and how Irv Gotti came in and messed it all up. We got the full story on the Patreon now. So when you get on the Casino for Life, they not ready for the Patreon. I know. John, you've been late. John used to be first all the time. I told y'all 3 years ago what's happening with the NFL and running backs. Running backs are not going to get paid that money anymore. It's not a running back league anymore. That's why the rushing record is going to be there forever, because nobody is paying a running back anymore. They don't even care about the running back. They'll just get any running back and just like grab him. It's a passing game now. It's just they want the running back catching passes. Everybody catching passes. And they've abandoned the running back. They want the running back to just block for the quarterback. Let the quarterback run. You know, that's what it is. It's like, look, the quarterback getting all the rushing yards. Why is he handing the ball off? It's ruining the game. If running game is what wins championships, to me. If you can run the football, that means your offensive line is blocking. They creating the spaces, and your guys are hitting the holes. And if you got a great running game, you're going to win a championship, period. If you got a great running game, and they can't stop the run, you're going to win. Barry Sanders was incredible. He took the team, the Detroit Lions, to the NFC championship game against the Washington Redskins, built precisely off of the run. Herman Moore was good, had a great season that year. They had beat the Cowboys that year, and that was the start of the Cowboys dynasty. They won the championship the next year and became the best team in football for a while. That was the Troy Aikman time. We beat the Troy Aikman, the Michael Irvin, the Emmett. The Detroit Lions beat them and put them out. Now, no matter what you do as a running back, you're not going to get the big money unless you white. Christian McCaffrey, oh, he going to get his money. But I'm out. I'm out the NFL. I already told you, I'm done. That Super Bowl showed me all I needed to see. That was it. That was the last straw. I was already mad about the Brady Cowboys game. Then this just took that was the final straw. I was done. They cheated Jalen Hurts so they can get his arcade quarterback the damn championship. So I'm through with it. Exactly, man.
So we did something that was different. I tell people all the time, like I was just talking to them in the back, when people ask me about podcasts and shows, bro, do it. Just do something that hasn't been done, because it's enough for all of us out here.
Now, here's the thing. I agree with Jack saying that. It's enough for everybody out here. So why would anybody be tripping if somebody else is doing something. But Jack could say that and then at the same time brag about how they boycotting and keeping people away from sponsorships and opportunities in the podcast game. That's what old Captain Jack talking about. So on one mouth, he's saying this, but on another mouth, he talking and bragging about blackballing people out of certain positions and being a gatekeeper. But you just said there's room for everybody to eat. So why would you try to stand in the way and block people from trying to do what they need to do? Oh, we get it. See, as long as they're doing okay, it is what it is. He got something called Fight Town on Showtime. They let him come in there. Steven Jackson's Fight Town. Now, here it is, Gilbert Arenas, right? Who Jack went over there and had a conversation with, and Gil did what he normally do. I was just playing. Oh, you know I was just playing around. You know, old Gilly Gil. You know I was doing Jack. Ha, 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 ha. That fake ass laugh in here. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, you know. Yeah, and Jack wasn't going for it. So now he didn't kissed up to Jack again. Now he's back doing what we said he did the first time around. That Jack said, man, you done with you. He asking for help with his podcast. He had him on his Gil's Arena show. He bragged about not having Jack on his show before. Jack ain't my friend. Then he over there sending text messages to Jack. Look what I said about Kwame, Jack. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life because he was the first one to expose them for being the tricks that they were. They tricks in the game. Because see, if you ain't got the guts to stand up on your own too and say what you want to say, don't wait till something happen for you or they go against you. Now something wrong. Now we all gotta care because you got screwed. Man, look how they doing people, man. Look how they doing us. No, Jack, they just did you like that. Now you want everybody to be sorry. Now you want everybody to care. Because it's all about Jack. That's right. The super chat works. The Cash App is Carcino. We getting it in. They don't like my boxing videos because I'm not kissing up to Errol Spence. Now, another case and example. Everybody said Floyd Mayweather runs PBC. That's your crew. You TMT. So you supposed to be with PBC. Why are you always going against PBC? Bruh. I ain't going against PBC. I'm looking at a fight. I don't care if it was ABC, TBS, TNT, UNB, XYZ. I could give a damn about the promotional company. You know what I give a damn about? One thing, the actual fight. They did Stuart Scott dirty. I told y'all that. See, Stuart Scott Stuart Scott was one person who knew he had to change things because Stuart Scott knew a couple of things that the rest of y'all didn't know. This game is all about replacing people. Did you know how many of the white analysts that were on ESPN tried to cover him? Oh, Spence gonna get the ever-loving hell beat out of him. But for as long as it lasts, he's getting knocked out. So let that be known. I ain't picking no decision. That's stoppage. That's the only way it's ending for Errol. Mike Brown, his attitude is what's gonna help him win. See, he got what Errol don't got. You think his attitude, he not only had that more dog in him, he's actually more accurate. It's his athleticism is greater than Errol's. Errol's more slower, methodic. You know, he's a solid fighter, solid basic fighter, strong, like good strong base, hard punches, but there's no setup. It's all power and attrition, and I'm gonna wear you down, break you down, because he's used to fighting smaller guys. You're fighting Terrence Crawford, who filled in at the weight. Had he fought him 3 years ago, it would have been better for Errol when he caught him first moving up to the weight class. Now you fight a Terrence Crawford that's a full-fledged welterweight. He's filled into the weight class. It's like when Floyd went up to 147. He really was a 140 guy. He hadn't filled into the weight yet. When he came back and fought Marquez, he was full, right? He had filled into the weight class. I put out a video today. They didn't really send it to nobody. That's how I told you. This is how dirty this thing is. PBC don't want me talking about this fight because I am not going along with Errol Spence. That when I put out a video, it's probably got maybe 700 views. I put out a video, got 700 views. Hell, this video got more than 700 views. We got like 500 people in here right now. You mean to tell me 700 people only watched my video in 3 hours? You on crack? I'm leaning towards that. Errol will be asleep by then. I said probably about 8 or 9. I give about 8 or 9. You're right. He don't sound sure because he know what time it is. Straight like that. They know what's up. Trust me. That team, everybody over there, they know what's going on. Ain't nobody slow. They get it. Oh, it finally crossed 1,000 views. 1,000 views finally for the video. PBC, thank you. I appreciate that, y'all. Y'all at least got it to 1,000 views. It's crazy. Oh, absolutely. See, Errol came into this camp fat as hell. He was fat boy Errol. Look at this. This is the video I just did prior to this one, about 2 hours ago. They don't want me talking about this fight at all. They know what's up. It's on. So this fight is going down, and that's what it's gonna be. Right there. Spence versus Crawford, July 29th. It is what it is. This video came out, and it's very nicely done by myself. Fat. What you mean? Why you say fat like that? See, that's what I'm saying. You're not paying attention. Errol Spence has been fat. He's walking around at like 200 pounds. Why you think the fight didn't happen all that time? He wasn't in no shape to fight nobody. That's why I'm like, dog, y'all falling for this crap. Like, man, Terence Crawford messing around, man. He don't want to make the fight happen. Dude, Terence Crawford is in shape. He working out every day. What the hell you mean he don't want to fight? That don't make no sense. And I'm looking at you at like 200 pounds. Fat as hell, eating a cheeseburger, talking about you trying to fight somebody. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy the way they talk. It's crazy the way they move. You just said a statement that made no sense. Errol Spence ain't fat. That's the photo shoot. When they first announced the fight, they go and do the photo shoots. Now, this is before the training camp start. Do you see what your boy was looking at before they tried to Photoshop him and make him look like he was ripped? He in there fat as hell. Now I know you seeing that, right? I'm gonna see if I can blow it up some more for you. You see that gut? That boy wasn't working out. That boy was working on Cheetos, eating some Flaming Hots. You know who saw that too? Terence Crawford. He know exactly where he going. That boy looked like he about his second trimester. And y'all putting y'all money on him? Look at that. That truth about to fall over. Look at it stretching out already. So you go ahead with Errol Fat Boy Spence all you want and lose your money. That's a gut to you. In boxing? Did he just say that? Did he just say that? That's a gut to you? If a fighter's coming to fight me and he looking like that, looking like the booba, the pooba, what they call that, the grand pooba. Man, hell no. This dude ain't looking like he ready to fight nobody. That's a I've been eating a lot. That boy been at the buffet table. That boy, all right. That's what I told you. He been out of shape. He was doing interviews, but see, they lie to y'all so much that they don't tell you nothing that you need to know. This dude ain't fought in 2 years. It's almost been 2 years since he fought. Look at my buddy, he'll be ready to take care of business. All right, we gonna see. I love taking his money on fights. It's great. Right, Errol drinks and smokes and all this goofiness. Bud don't do any of that. He's faster, he's more athletic, he has longer reach, he's devastating. Errol has never fought anybody like that. Bud has fought plenty of Errols. This fight, Errol don't even believe he gonna win. His confidence level is not high at all. Oh, all these Errol Spence fans gonna be gone on fight night. You know that, they gone. They ain't gonna be in here. You know my chat gonna blow up as soon as it's over. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. He's trying to convince himself, but he can't lie to me. I watch boxing. I don't go by the promotion. Do you think Floyd Mayweather picking Errol Spence to win this fight? Hell no. You know damn well he picking Terrence Crawford. I bet you his bet ticket is got Terrence Crawford on it. He ain't betting on no Errol. He ain't crazy. In 2013, I said when Floyd Mayweather retired, Terrence Crawford gonna be the best fighter in the world. I seen him fighting the amateurs, and I seen him get robbed. That dude ain't never lost a fight. I ain't never seen that dude lose a fight, ever. Nah, Floyd ain't betting on no Errol. But if Errol win the fight, you damn right he the best fighter in boxing. He the best fighter in boxing because he just beat the best fighter in boxing if he can beat him. But that won't happen. Oh, Captain Jack. That's why I applaud Kwame Brown. I applaud Kwame Brown because he stood on his own too. You know, he ain't waiting for somebody else to do something. Most of these dudes is cowards. They wait because they've been trained to, I don't want to mess up the bag, which is understandable. You see, it's like they act like people are asking them to come out and do something. No, y'all want to talk. Y'all the ones want to come out and start running off at the mouth. Nobody asked y'all to come forward and say nothing. Y'all chose to do that on your own. Mm-mm. Do you know that there are so many different things going on in the world that just is bizarre to people at times? Like, there was an instance where there were several different avenues to take, right? You know, there's a lot of different avenues to take. Like, a lot of people are saying Kevin Durant, right? Kevin Durant is the guy. So Kevin Durant is somebody who don't really say too much. Because if Kevin Durant says something and say what's really on his mind, it's gonna break the internet. Nobody's asking for Kevin Durant to say anything. But if he does say anything, it is gonna get a little crazy. It's gonna jump off the page, and this is it. Kevin Durant is somebody, and I'm gonna address that Ryan Davis thing. He ain't related to me. I'm gonna let you know that right now. Now, a lot of people don't understand the sensation of having people that are, on your team or vibing with you and rooting for you to be successful. Then you got people that come out and they're quiet when they want all the praise and they want to talk when it's beneficial to them to talk. You see? When it's beneficial for them to talk, then they'll speak. But when it's coming to a subject that needs their attention, or you say, hey, we need you to come out and talk, they quiet. Oh, yeah. Well, LeBron James is somebody that is another person. No one asked LeBron James to talk. We all wish he would just shut the F up. But he keeps talking. Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what I'll be talking about. Derek James have a lot more people to train. Well, here's the thing. You can train Errol as much as you want. It's not going to help. At this point, he is what he is as a fighter. And the level of fighter he is not enough to beat Terrence Crawford. Yep. That fat boy, if that fat boy right there gonna win, that fat boy got a lot of help on his hands. Because I don't see how that fat boy gonna win. But let's look at LeBron. Look at that. Since they want to talk stats, talk those stats. Finals losses first. Missed shots, missed threes, turnovers, swept in the finals. Talk about that. See, he's not going to talk about these numbers. ESPN's not going to talk about those numbers. ESPN's going to act like this don't exist. They ain't going to act like they see that. They don't want to see that. That's not what they want to see at all. Trina G, I know it. You from Dallas, so y'all don't know no better. I understand. Y'all been rooting for the Cowboys all these years and talking about the Cowboys, this is our year. I bet you saying that right now about the Cowboys. This is y'all year. It's all right. You will know after this fight, you will know he need to do something else. It's time to just go do something else. He got about 2 more fights, and then he done. And that's that. What's up, Twizzo? What's good? Okay, I think your audio's there now.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Trying to log in. Having a little problem with the lagging of it. Yeah, I got Terrence Crawford winning that fight. I think he get maybe 10 rounds out of the 12. I don't think he go knock him out, but I still see him winning easily or making it look easy.
Yep, I see him making it look easy. I mean, Errol's gonna make it a little difficult at first because he's gonna use his jab.
Yeah,
But Errol's got a hard jab. The thing about him is that he's not presenting something to Terrence that Terrence hadn't seen. Terrence is going to figure him out in like 2 rounds, and that's going to be it. Errol doesn't have a plan C or D. He got plan A and plan B. He knows how
yeah,
to come forward and just want to keep working. That's the terrible idea because you're going to have to be on your defensive game with Terrence Crawford. His
definitely.
reaction time, and you don't faint, you don't do anything. So, like it's too easy for him. This fight, his style is tailor made for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is like, oh, this is the right guy for me because he gonna really bring the fight to me. I don't have to go get him. You don't got to go get Errol. Errol's gonna bring the fight right to him, and he's gonna be right in his face, and you don't got to search for him. Nothing. You
Yeah,
can just, yeah, you could just turn up, and then he gonna know. Errol gonna know real early, and he gonna have to make a decision when he's at that crossroads and saying, "Am I gonna sell out to get this, or what I'm gonna do?" Because
yeah.
by round 6, if he's still around after round 6, he's gonna be starting thinking about vacation. Do we want the rematch? All this stuff gonna start going through his brain while his head is spinning.
See when he punts drunk.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing on when you were speaking on with Jack, yeah, it's like you had made a good point. I ain't hear him say that, and I don't think I listened to the whole clip when you were speaking on him, kind of like being the gatekeeper and everything of the podcast. I don't know how I didn't. Maybe I didn't see maybe a minute of that clip. That's of him speaking on how, well, I guess I'm exposing ESPN, but I didn't know he said that. That really outlined like the type of person that he is. He'll say one thing and then really be about the other, and
Oh yeah.
it's really telling about him. Of what you said. I didn't even get a chance to hear that, but I was like, whoa. I mean, you want to be saying that you all for the podcasters, guys, it's money out there for everybody to get, but still at the same time, you being someone that's trying to stop somebody's bag.
Right. He was trying to stop Kwame. Like, oh, y'all ain't gonna have this access to this. He was bragging on that. Y'all ain't gonna have no access to come up here and do all that and all that. Nah, we watching guys like y'all and all that. He was bragging on doing all that stuff. But like I said, he's a heat of the moment guy. Whatever the moment is at that time,
Yeah,
that's the guy he is. So right now, that's what he's at with the man. Everybody can eat, man, because he already got his. So now he's like,
yeah,
oh, I got mine. I'm cool. Everybody can eat, but somebody that he don't like or they ain't vibing with him, all of
yeah.
a sudden, no, he can't come up here. And all that, everybody can eat stuff. It ain't gonna ride if you ain't cool with him.
Far as stopping the bag, what to get on Showtime basketball, that's pretty much it. The only thing he can pretty much do to I really don't think he can do that. I think if Showtime basketball want to hire someone of Kwame type of style, I think they'd hire him. I don't think that he can interfere and stop any of that. I think he's just feeling himself, his ego.
Well, right now he probably couldn't. I mean, he probably in a good position now because before they were fighting to see who was going to pick up all the smoke. All the smoke's not even on Showtime. It's on Showtime Sports on YouTube. It's not even on real Showtime. Why wouldn't they
Yeah,
put your show on and they had the other girl's show on Showtime? Her name was Quietly or whatever, her talk show. They wouldn't
yeah.
put Matt Jack out.
See?
And I used to always point that out. Like, why y'all not on Showtime, dog? Y'all on YouTube.
Right. So what kind of checks you think he getting from Showtime Sports YouTube? Like, anywhere close where he's saying is more than what he was getting for ESPN?
Yeah, he getting more because ESPN wasn't paying them nothing. They weren't getting paid nothing. They get paid $5,000 for an appearance when they was doing appearances on there. They was just paying their base salary for those shows is like $5,000.
To me, I like, Jack, like I was saying, like far as when the jump was really going, I mean, he was like, because he spoke his mind on a lot of things when he wasn't a buck kisser to LeBron, but I still don't feel like he was a good X and O's guy like Chauncey Billups and like, Scottie Pippen and, a few others. I'm kind of missing out on names. Tracy McGrady. Like, I feel like those guys was like, far as basketball IQs, way higher than Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. Not because I don't, I dislike him, but I just feel like Steven Jackson, he just wasn't trying to kiss the butt of LeBron. So it's like, it was kind of like, finally somebody not just praising LeBron. But I still felt like that show was doing way better when they had all them on the show. And was Paul Pierce on that show? Because I think I remember seeing him on there a lot.
Paul came on there later.
Yeah.
Like when Tracy McGrady left and everybody else, T-Mac was gone because they came out and he was like, I ain't taking that deal. That's too low. I'll get up and come down here in the studio at this time and all this, and y'all ain't finna pay me? Like, nah.
Especially a superstar like T-Mac. I mean, of course, he had his injuries, but they should be lucky that he's able to give his critique on the game of basketball. I always felt like him. I would have loved to see him and Vince Carter had a show together, But I see how ESPN like to, whatever they go through, they don't see like what we see.
Vince is just under contract right now. So his contract runs out in September, so they just gonna let him work out his contract, So why buy him out? His contract is over in September.
I don't understand why, a lot of these superstars or former superstars for the NBA, like they don't start their own streaming company, for these podcasts. It's like I would love to see T-Mac and Vince Carter had their own podcast, just like KG and Paul Pierce, like, and not have to deal with these studios where, where they trying to, like, especially for Paul Pierce, because he entertaining to me. I don't agree with everything he say, but I be saying from his point of view, like what he was just talking about with Jokic. A lot of people was kind of calling him a hater, but it's just his opinion. But when he kind of broke it down, when he got the name of other point guards or great passers, I was like, I'm with him. I mean, Jason Williams, I wouldn't put Jason Williams as a great passer, but I kind of was understanding his, like, what he was saying, but I wasn't putting Jason Williams in the top 5 passers, because his turnover ratio it was crazy. I mean, I'm not about to put Jason Williams up there with point guards like Jason Kidd. Now I put him up there, but he was entertaining, but I don't feel like Jason Williams was a better passer than Jokic. I'm not going to say that because I think as far as the team aspect, Jokic is not going to make a stupid turnover. And Jason Williams, we already know what he's going to do. He's going to make a bad play more than likely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because Jason Williams wasn't that, he was more of a turnover, like a risk. It was a lot of risk involved with him.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was Jason Williams. I didn't, I was a fan of his, but I just knew they made the right decision. The Kings made the right decision to get Mike Bibby, because, it's more the risk, the risk of losing because of turnover or a bad shot. That I think the Kings just knew we can't get past the Lakers with Jason Williams in the lineup. But back to, with Paul Pierce, I just always respected where he came from, because he always seemed to be his off the wall opinion about something. Like when they was trying to clown him about him saying he was better than D Wade, that's how he feel. Like I always felt like Paul Pierce was that guy. I don't know how people just was clowning him because he didn't have too many all NBAs. So I just know when players went against him, like Kobe, LeBron James, T-Mac, all them ones, and then they prime, like they had a problem with Paul Pierce in his prime.
They damn sure did, because Paul Pierce was the truth. He's probably one of the best wing players in the history of the game.
Tayshaun, I know you remember Tayshaun used to struggle against Paul Pierce early in his career, because Paul Pierce go turn his back to him.
Yep.
And Tayshaun didn't struggle with a lot of players. Tayshaun was wiry, 6'9", with a wingspan about 7'2". He was good with guarding players like Kobe, which Kobe way quicker than Paul Pierce, but he would struggle with Paul Pierce. I used to be like, man, why do Paul Pierce always seem to get Tayshaun the business sometimes? I'd be like, man, but. But I always liked Paul Pierce's game, but I never could root for him because it was the Celtics. But I just feel like people like back to Steven Jackson. I just feel like somehow, some way, he feel like he's that caliber of an analyst like those dudes. When really, like, nah, you just had to connect, like you say, with Rachel Nichols. I mean, ESPN could have did without you. They really needed people like T-Mac and Paul Pierce to give their expertise on the NBA, because they superstars that had a system built around them. So why not have those type of people and pay those brothers like how they supposed to get paid? But I just think ESPN is just like, whatever the agenda they go with, it just go wrong. And I'm glad I really just stopped being a fan of watching them any of their basketball shows. So I'm kind of glad they kind of fading out. Maybe they start listening to the people and stop caring about a agenda that they trying to push.
Yeah, and I want to show some people something. I know y'all could probably see this now. This is your boy Errol the True Spence, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I try to show people when I said, look, he coming in with the gut. You could work and get you a six-pack back, but it ain't the same for being in shape. You can have a six-pack and a body shot can still break you down. This is in round 9 of his last fight against Ugas, right? Boom! Ugas hits him right in the gut, right? Right in the perfect spot, opened up. Boom! He drops down, right? Like he didn't feel it. Oh, no, he felt that. Now, look, he's trying to bounce around. Look, he's throwing light punches now. The aggression is gone. He throws a shot. Ugas is like letting him come to him. He's doing all the work. He's telegraphing. He tries to go to his body. Oh, right there, right back to the spot. See how he folded up? See how he folded up? He just took 2. Look how quick he folded up. Because he was still hurt from the first one. Now watch his movements. See how he's throwing the jab out there? Watch him. He ain't going to throw no punches. Like, look, he ain't punching. Look.
Yeah.
Errol ain't punching. Look what I said.
Yeah.
Look, Ugas just ain't throwing nothing. That boy was out of gas.
Oh.
Nobody, if you do this with Bud Crawford, you will go to sleep. You will go to sleep.
Yeah. I mean, he got his punch.
People, man, I watch boxing. I know exactly where my money going. I know exactly where my money is going. This is going to be an easy night for me.
I'm definitely picking Crawford. I just like Crawford's style. You patient, strategic. He just, he remind me like, he just like he go with the right fight, and then when people was trying to say he's running from Spencer, I didn't think. I felt like he was just patient. Like, I'm gonna let you come to me whenever you get in shape. I'm gonna break you down.
He went to make the fight immediately. That was them. Yeah. PBC know what's happening. They know what's coming. So it's like everybody over there is scared because they know what time it is. So now they like, okay, at least we get 2 fights out of it. But they know that's it. You can't run no more. The people like, man, look, I don't want to see you fight nobody over there but him. So they ain't got no choice but to make the fight. You got to make this fight now because if somebody come around and beat Errol, y'all done. The fight's over and y'all finna miss y'all bag. So you might as well make the fight right now and get this bag.
Yeah.
It's the biggest it's ever gonna get. So might as well get it now. But you put him in there with Keith Thurman and Keith ends up knocking him out. Y'all done messed up y'all money.
Right. Might as well try to get as much as you can. Because, I mean, I definitely see him losing. I definitely see him losing 9 or 10 rounds. You know, I mean, I think he still feel like he got a punch chance, but I don't know. Crawford would really have to get, you know, he probably had to take a, you know, a bad swing or something like that and get left out there for him to, you know, get rattled and be out there where he, you know, where he have a chance, like a puncher chance. But I don't see Crawford really throwing wild punches to even open himself up to even, you know, where he can lose. I think it's gonna be 9 to 10 rounds.
I don't think Errol gonna be around. And I
You
think
think
Errol will be out of it.
what round you got him going down?
Probably 6.
Ooh.
I got this fight getting out of here early. Like I got Errol getting out of there early. Like a lot earlier than what people expect.
Yeah, because some people were saying 7. Some people were saying 7, but
7 is a good bet. I mean, my thing is I think Errol gonna get out of there early because if the way his style is, if he comes that early with Terrence is gonna meet his aggression and he knows how to deal with Errol, where a lot of people didn't. This ain't Sean Porter.
Mhm.
He gonna know how to deal with you, and you think you're just gonna wear him down. Terrence gonna go to your body, and he's a much better body puncher than Errol. He has stopped every fighter at welterweight. Now, one has went to the cards with Terrence Crawford. Everybody's getting out of there. Errol going to cards with people that's 135.
Yeah.
Going to the cards with Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. He ain't getting nobody out of there. He talking about man down. I'm like, what man down? Ain't nobody going down. What the hell are you talking about? Man down. Who the hell going down?
So you think like what really might tire him out is just the amount of weight that he had to lose to make weight. That's gonna really tire him out, and you think that might drag him.
It ain't just that. It's the mindset. And it's actually ability. He would have got beat before the car accident. He was gonna lose. Stylistically, he's too flat-footed. He's slow. And it's just not, this isn't a good fight for him. He got a good base, like a solid base and a hard jab, you know, but it's a lot of amateurish. He never really evolved to become a great fighter. Like he don't fight good backing up.
Mm-hmm.
He can't fight on the move, like box on the go. Terrence
Yeah.
can do all of that, fight at every angle. He's not even that guy. He's a flat-footed guy coming forward.
Yeah.
You know, he's more of a work ethic guy, a battle of attritions guy, wearing you down that way.
Yeah, I get it.
But he's always been a bigger guy. See, when he first came into boxing, he was at 154. Then he got his bell rung at 154. So they said, "Oh, we got to bring him back to bring him down to 147." Because see, nobody know that.
Yeah.
You know, he was at 154 when he first came out. He was on top rank, and I watched him get his bell rung. I said, "Oh, Jesus Christ, he got hit with a bomb."
So, who do you think might be more fit to fight Crawford with his style?
Stylistically, man, I'm trying to think who would be a good fight for him. He would have to be somebody up in weight. Like he would have to go up in weight. Boots Ennis will give him a good fight, I think. But Boots will get knocked out or get hurt in that fight. But Boots has the height to disrupt him in the athleticism,
Mm-hmm.
to give him some problems. I think he'll beat Boots, but still, that would be a better fight than Errol. Both guys beat Errol. Boots Ennis, I think, will beat Errol.
Okay.
No knock on Errol, it's just that he has no adjustment to his style. He telegraphs everything he's going to throw. I don't see how you lose to a guy like that.
Yeah. I mean, kind of like the way his style is. I mean, I still feel like he still got his punch of chance, but I know Crawford. I just like his style. I just like Crawford's style. So I wouldn't. When if I'm a bet on a fighter, I'm a more look for a guy that can more like when he gets the ropes is like when that's when they really show like because basically when you get against those ropes, that's when you gotta defend yourself and get yourself up off the ropes. And if you just a boxer, just a straightforward boxer, it's more of a chance of you swinging too wild and getting knocked out anyway. So I kind of like Crawford style to be able to be, he could switch his style up and fight any kind of fight. That's why I'd be more a fan of it, just not like just one particular style, like like Deontay Wilder, like he's just one particular style. And I mean, we can hope for him to try to have throw a crazy swing, at Tyson Fury where always got a punch a chance. But I just figured that I was just like he too light. People fighters like that, we want to win because of their style. It's kind of like it's a fun style to watch, but at the same time, it's still dangerous for them because they can't really adjust. They're not quick to adjust, brother.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I was rooting for the brother though, but I just knew Fury just had him. I knew he had him. I just like the fact that he ain't knock him out the first fight. I was like, oh yeah, it might be curtains for him. The third fight, I just knew. I just knew Tyson Fury was go somehow, some way just work him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's look at this. This is Errol at 154. Wow.
He spent them. He spent them.
Boom. Errol was drunk.
See, that's that wild punch right there.
Yeah.
That's that wild punch. Left his face right there to get his jaw broke damn near. Man.
Yeah, it was the fact that he's wide open. You could easily hit Errol.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep telling people, I was like, you could easily hit him with a good shot. Because look, he telegraphs everything he's getting ready to do. So he's telling him, coming with the big left. So this guy's finna loop it. Woo! Right over.
Yeah.
And he's a big 154. Look at the size of this dude. This dude is about at least 170 on fight night. Ooh.
Oh, he caught him good. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't spin him all the way to the canvas. He caught him good, though.
Yeah, and ever since this fight, it's like, oh, we got to take Errol away from 154.
Yeah.
Can't bang them big boys. Let him go down to 57 because them 160, 170 guys sweating down to 154, they're going to take your head off. So they start putting them in with light people. And this is how they fooled you guys. All y'all out there, I'm going to tell y'all right now, zoom in on them. Y'all have been bamboozled with Errol. Okay? They built him up on small welterweights, 140s and 135 guys. Chris Algieri, all these little people, so that he could bully them. So y'all thought he was this big dominating machine. He fought Sean Porter, who also used to fight at 140 pounds, but he's a big guy now. He's a big running back. So that made a good fight, and then that fight went either way. I picked Sean to win that fight. And when I scored it, Mikey Garcia, all these guys, they went to the cards with him because he don't know how to finish him. And once they went all the way there, and I was like, man, Errol is a solid fighter, but he's not what y'all think he is. I'm trying to tell you, he's not Terrence Crawford at all. Terrence is on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
That this guy ain't on. And y'all gonna find out. I'm trying to tell you, y'all Arrow people, I'm telling you, y'all money is good as gone. If you put that money down on him,
yeah, I need some bets. I need some bets.
12 more
definitely need some
days,
bets.
your money is gone. Kiss it
Yeah.
goodbye. I got my buddy. He gonna be right here watching that fight, right here, ready to hand me my cash.
Yeah. I definitely want to make some bets. I know a few friends who go bet on Spencer. Everybody pretty much saying Crawford. Like, so it's gonna be a Crawford fight, Crawford party fight.
That's why they marketed him that way.
Yeah.
Floyd don't look at him like that. I watched Floyd Mayweather. Dude, Floyd Mayweather had this dude on Dream Street. Rocked him with an uppercut and had him doing the stanky leg on his last day of sparring. The last day of sparring, Floyd was out. This is he was fighting Robert the Ghost Guerrero. It just came back. He ain't fought. This is his first fight on Showtime. So he training with Errol, right? Errol was having success. All like through the camp, all those things, man. He was getting off, doing his thing, and putting on a show. They were like, man, Errol doing good. I'm like, Floyd was like, man, I was out of shape. Like, dude, I'm using this to get in shape. I wasn't at Floyd Mayweather level yet. I had went to jail. He like, people forget I was in jail. I ain't fight for 2 years, like damn near a year down there. I fought Cotto. I was off. That was my last fight on Showtime. I went to jail. Right after the fight, I went to court. They sent me straight to jail. I was in jail for like 2 months, 2.5 months. Come out. I'm on a new network. I ain't been in the gym. So he's like, I got to get back to being Floyd Mayweather. So I'm in camp working to get there. He's like, by the time the training camp was about to end, I was Floyd Mayweather. And he couldn't, it was a whole different level. He wasn't, it was over for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was done. So all the success he had, all that stuff was early, like day 1, day 2 of a 5-week camp. So by the time he got to the end, he was nothing but a sparring partner.
Yeah.
And then he got rocked with an uppercut. Floyd hit him with that uppercut. Wow! And knocked his head back, and that boy was on Dream Street, man. And Nate Jones jumped up. And like, yeah. Hey, how you go ahead. Nate started talking, and I give Errol credit because Errol said so. Errol, I was like, I give him that. He ain't no punk. Errol was like, man, I know. He's like, I know you kiss ass, but I ain't know you suck D too. He said that to Nate Jones. Like Floyd would never say that to Nate Jones. So I was like, Floyd would never say that to Nate.
Yeah.
I was like, man, Nate jumped up on the apron and jumped over the rope and was finna rush Errol. Man, Floyd grabbed him like, man, don't you do that? Hey, what you doing? Don't do that.
I just
I give Errol credit for that. Errol, you get credit for that because believe me, there's some people in this world that would never say that to Nate. They do, not to his face. They would never say nothing like that.
I was just listening to a story earlier with Yuckmouth was speaking on Jay Prince. I guess he was kind of trying to say that when he was managing Floyd that he didn't have much and everything, saying once he got with him, he started his swag got up and everything. I mean I don't know the history of they situation with Floyd and Jay Prince, but
who didn't have much?
He was saying Yuckmouth, when he was with Rap a lot, he said when he was around, he said when Jay Prince and his people they started managing, Floyd at that time, he didn't have much until he got with Jay Prince, and then he was kind of based and talk about the situation that went sour between them two.
I got to see his take on it because I know firsthand, knowing both of them, so I know what I knew firsthand.
Yeah.
No, Big Floyd was managing Little Floyd, and Roger. This is when Roger took over. So the problem was Big Floyd went to jail. So when Big Floyd came out from, going to jail, serving his jail sentence, Roger was taking over. So Big Floyd came back out of jail. He ready to take over. He ready to run things. And that wasn't the case no more. The family was ready to move on. They did not want Big Floyd back running the show. And, when he went to jail, Floyd was basically the kid. And Floyd, he won't let Floyd be his own man. Floyd got to be his own man. So he was like, but he don't respect that I'm a man now. Like I ain't a boy no more. I'm a man. I'm 21, 22. I got kids. I'm a man. You got to, but, it's still that dominant Big Floyd. Big Floyd, his presence going to be felt when he there. Yeah. So he won't control the show. So and his mom, she was like, you gonna ruin his career. So what she did was have Roger come in and start training him, and he renegotiated his deal with HBO. It was a whole big thing going on at the time because Floyd said something crazy about HBO, and they was gonna kick him off the network. So Jay Prince came in and worked with HBO, start saying, I can work with them. I can get you back in good graces with HBO and, get you back on there. Because they was finna shelve Floyd, period. He said some crazy stuff about HBO. So, yeah, they was about to shelve him completely.
Yeah.
And Jay Prince came in and said, I can help you, get this and facilitate this. And he was going to work with the father and all that. So when they had a meeting to basically fire Big Floyd and let them know Jay Prince was taking over, Big Floyd was finna put his hands on Jay Prince. He rushed over there, yeah. After he said, what? Man, no, look, I'm the man, we got to do it my way. It's my way and no other way. Man, what you mean, Roger? Man, he was like, yeah. Floyd told him, he was like, you're out. That's my manager now. Man, what the hell wrong with you, man? This dude don't even know what he don't know nothing about no boxing. Man, he jumped up and ran over there. And he said, Jay Prince said, hey, I just gonna say this one. I ain't no fighter. I don't box. You can say everything you want to say about me from over there. But if you put your hands on me, it's going to go somewhere else. You put your hands on me, it's going to go someplace else.
So Floyd Senior basically he calmed down after that situation and just
he did. He realized he realized that this was a serious situation. Like Big Floyd from the streets, but he recognized this is a real situation now. I better chill out.
Because I could kind of see how the situation would be. Because it's just like because Floyd Senior, he always seemed to get into it with Floyd in front of the cameras and stuff. I just used to be like, it's a time and a place to get. Was he ever kind of like did him and the uncle, his brother ever like? Did they ever get into it like fights and anything? From him feeling like he should be more involved with Floyd?
They didn't talk for years. They didn't talk for like 7, almost 10 years. Big
Damn.
Floyd and Roger never spoke for like
Damn.
years after that. From that incident, right then and there, they didn't talk. He didn't talk to Roger no more. Jeff was the only one they talked to, but he wouldn't talk to Roger. They was that over that situation. Feel like Roger crossed him, and Roger's like, I ain't did nothing to this man. He's like, he acting like I crossed him. I ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
He was like, your son don't want to train with me over you. That's between you and your son. That's his decision. But there's a difference from when Roger trained with him and then with Big Floyd. Big Floyd is very critical. He gonna never tell Floyd he doing something right. He gonna be, you doing that wrong. You doing that wrong. You doing this wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is father. So he Roger different.
Yeah.
So the way that it was a more of a respect thing with his uncle. Plus, Roger's style was different from Big Floyd. Roger was a more aggressive style, and that's how Floyd was fighting. Floyd know how to turn it up and be aggressive, and with his shoulder roll. Big Floyd was more of a jab with his shoulder roll. He was more defensive, want to catch the punches and then catch you with a counter and then jab. His thing was big on the jab.
Yeah.
So Floyd's style changed a lot from when he was with Roger and when he was with Big Floyd. You could tell he wasn't really big. His jab was more of a range finder than it was just a weapon. But he know how to be aggressive coming forward, being comfortable, and then going to the body more. With Roger, he was going to the body a lot more than he was with Big Floyd.
Yeah, you definitely can tell the difference from the two. You definitely can his style, but I mean, Floyd is just that superior of a boxer where either style he just was great at, and a lot of people they kind of can say it's more boring, it's boring style. I just feel like people just they don't recognize his greatness of this man literally
They
being
don't know
great
anything
at.
about boxing. Most of these people that's talking don't know a damn thing about boxing.
Yeah,
That's why,
exactly.
right? They just know like somebody get hit, go down. Like they see a TikTok, somebody got hit and knocked out, and then next thing you know, they be like, "Oh, that guy's the greatest," or "He's
Yeah,
hot." Yeah,
because
nobody wants to fight him. I'd be like, dude, it's he
I
fought
know.
a
I
guy
know you enjoy.
like
I know
working
you
at
enjoy being. I know you enjoy being at the like with him sparring and training. Just the preparation of it, like him
oh
getting
yeah,
ready for these fights. Like
oh
I,
yeah, dude.
I was like, damn. I know when you had showed you was showing stuff and everything. I think you had posted an interview you did with Floyd. I was like, oh, okay, because
Yeah,
that.
I did that. I posted a lot of in the times I interviewed Floyd. I
Mhm.
got the video of him behind in his mansion. Remember
Yeah,
the Big Boy Mansion? I got like 1 million views off there. But yeah, it's a lot, man. I've been watching him train for fights, man. It gets me pumped up. I'll be hitting the bag. Boop, 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 boop. I'm in the Mayweather gym just going off on the bag, watching
yeah.
champion tap. I was like, man, when you get in there and see everybody working, you be like, man, I gotta get to work. Give me some gloves. Give me something. I'm ready to go.
So you get pumped up.
Yeah,
Boy, 'cause I heard a few people they was like just watching Floyd. He'll motivate the shit out of you, make you think that you can be a super boxer, like him because of his of how he go by it. I always admire that how he get ready for a fight. Of taking it so serious. He take being a great boxer of what he wanted to become. He took it serious and he became that. And it's like people try to discredit Floyd for whatever reason because of I guess it's like how great he is. It kind of make them feel some type of way of why they not great at whatever they doing. You know, kind of like what Richard Sherman told Skip Bayless, and that was the one of the funniest things in the world when he told him that. Now he told him, "You ain't great at nothing. You ain't good at nothing."
Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. What happened? No, we just got wiped out. Like everything just went. I was like, uh-oh. They came through with the super sabotage. He said that's Errol. You know, they knocked Twizzy off too. Damn, that's messed up. They knocked Twizzy off. But no, I want to hear what Yuck had to say. I didn't know Yuck Mouth actually said that about what happened. Yeah, me being on both sides of it, I actually saw a lot. And the fallout between the two was the fact that after Floyd beat Diego Corrales, he went to work with Diego Corrales. Diego went to prison. Jay Prince went and met Diego Corrales in prison and had a talk to him and talked with him and said that he would manage him once he came out of prison. And once he did that, Floyd thought he betrayed him by working with Diego Corrales. And that's where a lot of the conflicts came in at. So Floyd wanted out his contract with Jay Prince. And Jay Prince was like, that's fine, but you gotta pay me my money that's owed to me. And Floyd was like, whatever, didn't pay him his money. Now at this time, Floyd wasn't the mega rich fighter. He was rich, like on paper, but he wasn't the big Floyd at the time. Money Mayweather. Like when he first came there, he was living with Roger. Yeah, he was living with Roger. Then he had he was living with Roger. Then he had an apartment like right over there, close to Circus. He lived in an apartment like right off Covile, almost where Tupac got shot on the Strip. At that time, Floyd was living like right down the street. Shalom, brother. Oh yeah, on the Screen Fiend, we actually talked about. We did our first live membership only for Screen Fiend video, and it's about the new film with Denzel Washington's son. It's called The Creator, and it's about an AI technology that they made, and this is like 2070. I know everything about the film already. And this is based on an Egyptian Israelite story. If you know about it, it predates Adam and Eve. This is about the Creator, the Lord, the Most High, everybody confusing what that is. And the Creator was the scientist. When they talk about the spaceship that landed, the higher species of race or whatever. And this whole thing it's all on hieroglyphics. So they're translating it. The evil one, the snake represents the evil one and everything. This story has been told in Egyptian Israelite culture. This movie is so biblically made that the intelligence, the whole threat to stop the war between humans and the robots, the AIs that's taking over the world, is this little child that's called Alfie, which is the Alpha and Omega. Her name, they call her Alfie for short because she's the Alpha and Omega, a little half android child, which is an AI technology, is the key to the whole war. So Denzel Washington's son finds Alfie, and then they go. They have not advertised this movie today. They paid for their advertisement. You won't see none of this on television at all. That's how much they don't want you to watch this. Go to the. It's different than this is the guy that did Rogue One, Gareth. He's very good at story writing and everything. He did Rogue One. He did Godzilla with Ghidorah. He did a lot of different movies, but this all based on story. So this is going to be told in a different light. So if you're on the Screen Fiend, go join the membership. And that's the very first video on there. We did a giveaway for those people that was on there. Go check that out. The movie is called The Creator. That's on the Screen Fiend channel. Sounds scary. Well, the trailer's out, and it starts off with the AI machine that they created turns on humans. It drops a bomb on LA. And from that point on, starts a whole war. These robots were made to be like nannies and take care of people and everything else. But I have all the details to the movie because I was totally vested in this movie for about 2 years and watching how it started. Basically in 2019, they were talking about doing the movie. So John David Jackson did Tenet. And so while filming Tenet, this was the script. He was the one he was choosing to play this character named Joshua. This whole movie's biblical. Even in the trailer, she's asking him, are you going to heaven? They start talking about heaven with the Alpha and Omega. So this whole thing is a thing that goes right into religion, spirituality, everything. Trust me, there's so many tropes in here. You know where they got the stories from. And they're making this into a movie. Yeah, we go through the Israelite story on the actual Screen Fiend page on the members only. So if you're over there, you'll check it out. Kyrie better not post the link. It's a higher level of intelligence. Well, everyone gonna see when it all pans out. Mm-hmm. No, no, that's not the case. But I'm gonna let everybody go. Oh, what's up, John? Fury versus Fury's gonna toy with him. Fury's gonna toy with him in the ring. It's gonna be a good exhibition fight for as long as it lasts. Fury's way too much experience. Once they said not MMA, it was over. uh, Francis is a striker. You know, he's not a puncher like that, like a boxer. Did Roger have CTE? Roger passed away because he ended up having dementia. He fell into dementia right after Mom's passed away. Then Roger passed after she did from the same condition, probably from taking too many punches. Uh, Big Floyd probably isn't too far behind. It's the case is increasing more and more with African Americans as they get older. So this guy don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'm reporting on the human drama, sir. We clown Jack when Jack acts like a clown. That's it. That's all. But I'm gonna shut it down. All right, thanks for rocking with me. Hopefully, all y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the page, hit the notification bell so y'all can get all of the notifications that come through. I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to donate to the Cash App, it is Carcino. I implore y'all to go to the Screen Fiend page if you want to know about the Creator movie. the Israelite story, all of that. That's in the membership. And I'm out.